Welcome back to the channel. As you might notice, we are not in Trail Makers today. We are in, Scrap Mechanic. The reason we are in Scrap Mechanic is because today we are building a trebuchet, medieval weaponry. And I thought it would be easier to do that here than it would be to make in Trail Makers, just because of the building mechanics. Anyways, let's just get into the game and start making this thing. Also, while we're here in the loading screen, if you have any ideas for future content, like challenges you would like to see, feel free to leave those down in the comment. Also, if you're a returning viewer and you're not already subscribed, might as well, helps out the channel. And if you're not, feel free to consider it. So I chose a flat map because I felt like that would be the easiest. That's it. I don't know what I need exactly for a base, but I'm gonna give it some room. I don't know exactly how high I want to go, but I do want to go high enough where, we can have some room for the swing arm. Okay, so this is just a very mini model. Here in white is a counterweight. This is basically the weight that causes this thing to launch. You have a swing arm, then you have the actual sling itself that it's going to be on, and you have the stands, which pivot around that centerpiece right there. I'm thinking this is pretty decent of a height. That's pretty tall. So we're going to need 4 of these. I think we just got to start welding them on. Yeah, cool. Maybe right there. Okay, that's on now. Now I gotta get up and build out the little swing arm. We gotta put some wedges here, some wedges here. Hope this is an odd width and not even width, because then I have to go back. Oh man, dang. Okay, so we have to go in one. I'll just carve out this piece and then I'll weld it back together. Now I got a middle segment. So what we can do in here is we can throw some bearings on, put that on right there, make sure it's all nice and welded. It is cool. This middle point is now free rotating. And this is going to be the pivot where our arm is going to come off of. You know what, I'm going to build the arm separately and then weld it on afterwards, because I think that's going to be easier than working up there. I did a little bit of research and you have 2 sides to the swing arm. You have the side that has the weight on it and the side that doesn't have the weight on it. And a number that was thrown around a lot was the weight side has a value of 1, and then the whole swing arm side has a value of 4. So basically the swing arm needs to be 4 times as long as the other arm, which is easy enough. Other numbers were like 3.75. So this is gonna be 8 long. I'm gonna paint that. This is gonna be our pivot point. This is 8. Yeah, that's 8. So we need to do that 3.75 times more. Okay, these are 8 long sections. So this is going to be the length of the swing arm. Now what I want to do here is the swing arm does get bigger as you reach this side. So I'm thinking I can just kind of recreate that here. Now the heaviest block in this game I think is concrete 3. And that looks to be correct. So this is going to be our counterweight for the release mechanism. Okay, I think the pivot is going to be right there. So I throw that on there and there. Wait. I think that is collision. Yeah, okay. So we do need to get some pipes in here. You know what, I'm going to use the heavier one, because the heavier one is heavier. And we are looking for weight on this side. That is better, cool. I think this is gonna be pretty good for shape. Yeah, let's just add this. Let's make it look nice, Okay, this is basically what the swing arm is. I think now we can just weld it on here. Right, how? Right like that, cool. The retracting mechanism, I don't know how I'm gonna do that. I think what I'm just gonna do is have it pull itself back through here, just initially, instead of trying to figure out other stuff. Okay, so now we have this going on, which needs to be the same length as this swing arm, which is, what is this? How many blocks? 1. So this needs to be 22 long as well. So now we can just continue this through here, I'm thinking. That's not good. That is supposed to be loose, and that is not loose. So we just need to extend this out 1 more, and that should be all right. Yes, that is good. This is already looking very promising. Now the thing is, we need to get a payload and we need to figure out how to release that payload. And I don't know how to do that mechanically, so I'm thinking I just have to do it with a sensor. We just need this to swing up, and then the sensor detects it once it's at the top of its range. We do have to pull this back though. We can get a piston in here, make it push 15. We can weld these together. Huh. That's weird. Oh, you know what? Those two are welded. Hold up. I can't believe I looked over that. Oh, that's easy. Just one of these. So now, when we get this off the lift and we press that. But that's another issue. That's like the easiest fix here today. We can just do that. I'm thinking we can go further. So if we take that off, that kind of works. Thing is, we can't reload it. I think it's about time we work on the payload system. Now, I don't know how I'm gonna do the payload system, but I think what I'm gonna have to do is get a spud gun, and then we need a sensor. So the plan is to get a bomb or something on the end of this. Let's just do like a wood box for now. Then we're gonna need our spud gun. We get our sensor up there. We connect that sensor to the spud gun. We're like 3 range. So it sees that, shoots off the spud gun, releases this. I'm just gonna save this so it doesn't disappear. Trebuchet. Let's see if this works. Remove that. Man, that's really still connected. Cool. So now it's not connected. So we delete that. I think it released early. Just a little bit. We can either give this more force, or we can just... You know what? Yeah, I'm just gonna give this more force. Okay, so we have a big block that definitely has a lot more force. This is an improvement. We just need to get it to release at a better time. So I think the easiest way to fix that is by mounting the sensor just a little bit over, you know? Okay, that's not setting off. Looks like it's in a good spot. Okay, now it releases late. I'm thinking the best way to fix this would be with controllers. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get a controller now, just for one bearing. So I've set it up so that this is just angled a little bit, and it's always on. I'm hoping this isn't in the way. You know what? No, it's gonna be in the way. I'll just move it to like the side over here. That is all set up. We take this out. We go. Oh, that's late. It's getting close. I can feel it, but it's just late this time. If we set this to 5 degrees, I think that's the lucky number. All right, here we go. Almost. We almost have a functional trebuchet. Let's do 2 degrees, maybe. You know what? Let's try 0. Let's see what 0 does. All right, here we go. Oh. Boy, that's almost exactly what we want. We get into the real nitty gritty of it now, but that means a lot when you're talking about this whole swing arm. You know what, while we're here, just gonna add some more weight. Okay, now that is a lot more weight. We can fill up the sides too, why not? Whoa. Is it too heavy? I think it might be getting too heavy for itself. I wasn't watching that, but it stopped. I think what happened is this hit the bottom of that. Let's see. Yeah. Okay, that hits and kills all the momentum. I think what I'm gonna have to do is just take out this whole bottom section. I think that should be fine, and that's still a lot of weight too. Yes. That's amazing. Okay. We need to get it to release later now. But I'm feeling it. This is awesome. Let's see. so it really does go up. It goes up so high now. That is what we want, but we want it to go far. We don't want it to go up. Oh yeah, look at that. You know what, I think 3 degrees is the best we're gonna get. All right, now we have a trebuchet. So what we can do now is we can try putting an explosive on it and seeing if that works right. We're gonna try out the small first. All right, here we go. Ooh, away it goes. Okay, now we have a big bomb. This is scary. I don't know if it's gonna break it or not. Oh no. Yeah, that's not good. It's not good at all. Okay, so here we have a big old concrete wall right over there. And I want to see if we can do any damage to it with these explosions. So I'm probably going to do a couple of these. I really want to blow a hole in the wall. I think we can do it though. All right, round 1. Let's see. Round 1 missed. All right, here we go. Round 1 again. That is really high. Yeah, this thing is very inconsistent. I mean, it's a trebuchet, so of course it's gonna be inconsistent. 2. Oh, 2 is a dud. 3. That's gonna go over, isn't it? Yeah, that went way over. Shot 4. I think. That is bad. Shot 5. That's just going over again. Oh no, yes! There we go. Whole wall destroyed. The power of a trebuchet. Look at how far that goes, man. Dude, I am more than happy with this thing. It's so cool that I made a working one. But yeah, that's gonna be it for today. If you guys would like to see any more sort of medieval weaponry being recreated in scrap mechanic, please leave your ideas down in the comments. Now this creation is going to be on the workshop for you to download if you want to as well. The link to that will be in the description. Anyways, I enjoyed making this video. I hope I have earned your support. And with that, I'll see you next time. Bye.